Hello everyone, I have been practicing and experimenting more on my painting portion of the design for my wheelchair, and I think I have a pretty good concept at this point what I want to do. While I was making it, I kept going back and forth between kind of making a fantasy space scene or trying to go for something a little bit more realistic. And as I was making it, I kind of realized that if I was trying to just make it realistic, I was really like stressing out about like, is this where I should put the stars? Is this enough varied stars? Is this too much stars at one spot? And so I was like, okay, let's just kind of like let that go and try the fantasy route. And even with the fantasy route, I definitely started enjoying the process a lot more. But I also kind of realized I don't have to choose one or the other. So I think with the amount of space that I'm going to try to cover on my wheelchair, especially, there is plenty of space for both fantasy and to throw in our real planets and our real solar system. So knowing that that's my goal, it was really just about kind of testing the different paint types that I might use, which I'm really glad that I did try because I learned a lot about each paint type on the paper, and the paper is where I want to learn and make mistakes. So after practicing a bit, I really liked using a lot of these kind of metallic or shift color paints that I have, just because I want to bring a lot of life and dimension to the scene. And I thought by using multiple different paint types, that would help me, and I actually really like the way that it looks. But I did notice quite quickly that if I used just these shift paints, it was kind of hard to get like a strong saturation of color. So I actually found out that it worked out a lot better to use kind of solid normal type paints first and then add these kind of metallics. It's really important to me to implement as much glow in the dark into this project as I can, because I just genuinely like glow in the dark. But I also have this idea of like everything that I add to the back of my wheelchair that's glow in the dark, like during the day, it's gonna absorb all that sunlight so that when I'm in a dark room or when the sun goes down, my theory and my thought is that, at least for a little time, it'll shine like quite brightly, which I really like the idea of that. So I also have tried out a few glow in the dark things that I have. One of them I really like and I think I'm gonna use is kind of like this stardust glow in the dark where it doesn't leave a color behind, but just these kind of little flakes that you can actually like feel to the touch, and it feels kind of weird, but I think obviously on my wheelchair that won't really matter. Another thing that I do have is a lot of glow in the dark colors that actually shine fairly bright, and for whatever reason they come out in these cute little blobs, which I thought actually really worked well for my stars. I also have two that glow different colors but are just white. So for some of them, I put it over the white dots that I'd already added. And for some of them, I tried adding a little color in between the metallic shines, the vibrant colors, and all these glow in the darks. It actually looks quite dynamic in the dark, which I am of course going to show you guys. And I think I would have gone more with the glow in the dark colors, but I actually just want to save as much material as I can for my actual wheelchair. So I think this is enough to kind of show where it's gonna go and how it's gonna happen. So I just want to take you guys through that, and if you watch this full episode, I appreciate it. I'll show you guys what it looks like in the dark. Thanks everyone.